Hi, I'm John Rabel, the founder of Launch, which is a legal and business advisory firm for small and mid-sized companies. Today, I thought I'd talk a little bit about how businesses oftentimes create silos between the different operations they have going on in their company. Now, that presents some risk in general and also brings in some legal risk, all of which I think can be addressed sort of proactively before any issues come up, or at least you can significantly minimize the potential issues by looking at your operation from a more holistic viewpoint and sort of making sure that your different business units are operating together and everyone knows what everyone else is up to. So a lot of times businesses end up operating in silos, even small businesses that are limited in terms of staff. And so what I mean by that is, you've got someone handling marketing, someone handling sales, someone handling HR, someone handling compliance, customer service, etc. I think you get the point of what I'm saying. You've got different parts of your business operating without knowing what other parts of it are doing. All those are critical parts of your business, and I think it's important to understand and sort of picture how your business operates as a whole and set up some internal processes and systems so each department, if you will, knows what the other one's up to. Generally, that creates some risk when you're operating in silos because sales could be promising something that can't actually be delivered. Marketing could be promising something that can't be delivered. Who knows what customer service might be promising in terms of rebates, refunds, warranties, and those will have to be delivered on as well. You don't want to get caught not knowing what everyone's up to. From a legal standpoint, that also presents a fair amount of risk. Each one of those departments, whether it be marketing, sales, HR, customer service, they all have different legal and risk implications, different regulations that govern how you operate potentially. And so you want to make sure that you've got an understanding of how all the different regulations that govern your business come into play and how you need to operate within those lines, where your risk is, and then you can make certain business decisions going forward that'll help you limit risk. Contracts, you need to make sure you understand how they're written, sales, how they're deployed, make sure you're minimizing any risk there. That's a big area that people can really cut down on risk, is making sure they've got a contracts process in place. Another issue for businesses these days is marketing, making sure you're not violating any federal regulations in terms of how you're handling marketing and sales outreach. Around text messages, that's a big one. Emails is another big one that gets people into a lot of trouble. So there are some regulations out there you need to be aware of. You need to craft your campaigns accordingly. Another great way to cut down on some liability is through customer service. If someone calls in, they've got a complaint or an issue, you should already be a little bit on alert that could potentially escalate and be an issue that you don't want to have to deal with in terms of time and money. So you might want to put some time into planning how you're handling customer service, customer complaints, those types of things in order to limit some risk. And I think you can take a overview of the company, all your different areas, whatever they may be, think about generally risk, specifically any legal risk that might play into them. And you can map out a plan to proactively address any of that, and you can update that in real time, sort of stay on top of any changes, best practices, and that way you're taking some opportunity to limit risk in real time. And hopefully you won't be caught as off guard or off guard at all if an issue pops up and you've already thought about how you can handle it going forward. So think about the different areas of your business, how they work together, how you can streamline them working together, and then how you can also, within that, determine what some of your legal risks might be and address them beforehand. So if you've got any questions about operations and how to limit risk inside of that, feel free to reach out. I can be reached at jrabel, that's JRABIL, at launchstrategylegal.com or 804-442-6090.